And we are continuing with our coverage from the Denver Gold Forum. Joining me now is Nolan Watson. He's the president and CEO of Sandstorm-Gold, which has a really interesting business model, which we'll be getting to a little later on. He's also the youngest CFO ever for a company to be listed on the New York Stock Exchange. He was instrumental in the success of Silver Wheaton. In 2009, he decided to start and found his own company, Sandstorm-Gold. Nolan, thank you so much for being with us.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
So Sandstorm-Gold has a worth now of how much, Nolan, just to kick things off for us?
Well, we're getting close to $1 billion market
Wow.
cap, which is not bad in the 3 years that we've been going.
So your story is really interesting. You know, one of the things I'm sure you get asked all the time is you're so young to have all this success. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, my background, I'm a chartered accountant, chartered financial analyst, deal guy. I'm passionate. I work way too hard. I'm sort of one of those guys who just started life assuming I was going to die when I was 40 years old, and I might actually be right because I've been working myself so hard. But you accomplish a lot when you do a lot of work and you put good people around you, and that's what we've done at Sandstorm. We've got a lot of smarter people than me working at our company. So
let's back it up a bit. When you were at Silver Wheaton, you guys were working with a really different business model. Tell us a little bit about it, because obviously that was it was instrumental in you founding Sandstorm Gold, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Silver Wheaton was really created just as a way to arbitrage multiple differences in the valuation of silver versus other commodities. And somewhere along the line, we figured out, wait a second, this is a really good way to finance mining companies. It's a great way to give them capital that's a lot safer than them taking on debt, because we're a lot more patient. It's usually a lot more accretive than equity, and we found a lot of people wanted to do these things. We created a multi-billion-dollar company out of it. And then at Sandstorm in 2009, we launched Sandstorm to basically do the same thing in gold. And so we've been doing a lot of gold streams. We've put a lot of mines into production in terms of providing them the capital to go get into production. And it's been great. We've been successful and we've had fun, and it's been good.
Okay, so where are you focusing right now? What areas of the world?
Right now, Sandstorm is all in North and South America. So we've got Canada, the United States, Mexico, Brazil. We are looking outside of the Americas. We try to stay in politically stable jurisdictions, though. Our business model from an investor perspective is it's a safe business model. And so we don't want to make it a high-risk company by going into crazy countries like Venezuela. We're sticking in fairly safe countries.
So are you one of the few companies that are really operating on this type of business model?
Yeah, there's a few companies now, Silver Wheaton and Franco-Nevada and Royal Gold, and they're 5, 7, 8, $12 billion size in terms of market cap. We're only around $1 billion, so we're sort of the baby in the family, and we're growing, and we're going to keep growing the business model, and we'll be nipping at their heels one day.
So how'd you raise all this capital, Nolan? What's the secret here?
Well, what we've been doing is raising the capital just with institutional equity investors. We've got a good track record of adding value. We're in it for the long haul. We started Sandstorm with taking no salaries. We actually said we are not going to take $1 in salary till we're $100 million market cap. That resonated with investors, and they started giving us money, understanding that we're in this with them for the long haul. We're going to make our money by being shareholders, and they've continued to allocate capital to us, and we've used it to grow the business.
Okay. When you're looking at investing in a company, what do you look for?
First and foremost, good management, and unfortunately it's harder to come by sometimes than you might think, but we're looking for good management teams. We're looking for lots of exploration upside. The best mines in the world are ones that can double, triple, quadruple their reserve life, and that's what we're looking for. And of course, it's got to be a low-cost operation. So
it's interesting you mentioned that. I interviewed Kevin O'Leary a few months back, and he's not one to be shy, and he said the problem he has with mining companies is he thinks there's no good management right now at the moment behind them.
Well, there certainly are some good management teams, but certainly with an industry that has expanded as dramatically as the mining industry has over the last 10 years, you need 4, 5, 6 times more senior management than you did 10 years ago. And that means you got to draw people in from other industries who don't know anything about mining, who have never put mines into production. There's so many people at this conference and other conferences that are trying to put their very first mine into production. That's always a really dangerous game. So I think you'll see the management teams get better as time goes on, but right now it's tough.
Nolan, what other challenges are you dealing right now, if you have to say, in the industry?
Well, right now the industry is facing a lot of problems with cost escalation. Everyone that's sitting around here and walking around here at this conference right now, they've got mines or assets they're trying to put into production where the costs just keep going up and up and up. And the actual price of the metals are not going up nearly as fast as the cost of mining those metals. So margins are getting squeezed, they're not making as much money, and it's tough.
You'd say even with the price of gold right now, there's not enough profit to be made?
Absolutely. The cost of building a mine today is going up so fast, it is going up way faster than the price of the escalation in gold. There's a lot of mines that 3 years ago, when gold was $1,000 an ounce, those mines looked economic. And today, with gold at $1,700 an ounce, and the new capital cost estimates required to build that, those mines don't look economic anymore.
Okay, so why do you think we still saw this boom of juniors emerging then, given these cost restraints?
Well, I think what happened is, as the gold price was escalating, the capital cost estimates were staying the same. People just had created a study 2 years ago saying, oh, it's going to cost me $100 million to build my mine, and the gold price has gone up 50%, and that's fantastic. I'm going to make so much more money than I thought I was going to. But in reality, the cost of building that mine has gone up so much that when they keep refreshing the prices or the cost of building these mines, that they're realizing that they're not going to be making nearly as much money as they need to justify spending that capital.
So Nolan, what are your thoughts on the gold price right now? You know I have to ask you this question.
Yeah, I'm bullish on gold.
Okay.
But I'm very bearish on the US dollar. And so that means two things. It means the gold price goes up, but it also means costs keep going up, denominated in US dollar terms. So I think you're going to see the same old story, which is companies really having a tough time getting these assets into production, a tough time raising money. They're going to be going overrunning on their capital expenditures. And so gold's going to go up at soar costs.
So bearish on US dollar due to more money printing, you think?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Nolan, thanks so much for your thoughts. Before I let you go, what is up next for Sandstorm Gold? What should we look out for?
Well, we just raised a bunch of money. We've got $170 million of cash right now. We have unused revolving lines of credit. We have warrant money coming in. We have cash flow from operations. Over the next 18 months, I figure we could invest $300 to $350 million in new streams. So the answer to that question is growth, more streams, more acquisitions.
Okay. And just going back to the gold price, if you had to pick a price point before year end, what would you be looking at?
I think we're going to get over $1,800 or $1,900. We might start nipping at $2,000. All right.
That's in line with what most other analysts have been telling me. So Nolan, thank you so much. And if someone wants more information on your company, where can they go?
They can go to our website, which is sandstormltd.com.
All right. Well, I wish you continued success. Thank you so much, Nolan.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching our coverage from the Denver Gold Forum. We'll have more videos for you on Kitco.com. In the meantime, you can email me at newsfeedback@kitco.com. For Kitco News, I'm Daniela Cambone.